Most B2B sales teams are heading into Q4 right now with significant pressure to close as many deals as possible and bring the revenue into this fiscal year. Unfortunately, a lot of sales teams are overly reliant on discounting as their main method of getting these deals accelerated and moved forward. And the problem with only having that one quiver in your bow, that one mechanism of discounting, well, there's a couple of problems. The obvious one is gross margin. You lose a lot of gross margin. We see a lot of sales organizations in technology and med tech and so on having an uptick in revenue at the end of every quarter and a very significant drop in gross margin at the end of each quarter. But the other problem that's a little bit more subtle is that the sales team has trained their customers to put them under time pressure because they're seeing discounts in response to delays until the end of the quarter. And as a customer, if I'm seeing my salespeople giving me artificial deadlines for a discount, so, a discount of X subject to closing by December 15, I know that's artificial. And that means I'm probably going to be able to get that same discount in January rather than December. And the net result is you haven't closed the deal and you've set a lower price for the new year. So you're creating problems for yourself in Q1. So let's look at a few things to think about if you're a sales leader heading into the end of the year to try and avoid these problems. The first one, number one, is in your deal reviews for the quarter, focus on the monetized pain points that have been identified in each of the deals. A discount is valuable to a customer and to certain parts of the customer, but much more valuable is the benefit of taking away the pain that your proposal is designed to fix. And it's clearly a bigger number that the problem is fixed by the proposal than your costings. Otherwise, why would the customer be talking to you? So go back and make sure that your large deals, the rep has managed to identify a genuine pain point from a decision maker who has some sort of authority and ideally has a monetized value against that. That's a much more compelling argument than offering a 10 or 15% additional price break. The second one is to start to train your team to think about non-price forms of creating value. So discounting is a problem because it creates precedent. If I've reduced the price for one customer, you'll find over the next 12 months, people will leave that customer and go to another customer and say, hey, we've got a great discount over here. Let's try and do the same thing. Sometimes you're better off to offer things like low cost or even no cost additional services rather than a price reduction. It doesn't set as bad of a precedent. And if you package it the right way, you actually make the deal more attractive for both sides. Because, for example, if the service relates to initial deployment or customer success, you can start to make the client more sticky anyway after you deploy. And the third one, it astounds me the number of complex enterprise sales teams who do not have a consistent negotiation methodology. This is a simple one to fix. You need your team to understand the difference between negotiating and discounting. And unfortunately, most field sales teams don't really understand that distinction. And sadly, by the time a rep has gone to their manager to ask for a discount because the client has told them they need it, or the manager has gone upstairs even further to seek approval for the pricing, the negotiation has already happened because the frontline salespeople weren't trained on how to deal with and capture demands from the clients in a way that sets up a negotiation rather than unilateral concessions. So pretty simple to put negotiation training together. Even better, put a preparation structure in place, put it in your CRM so that you can see it, you can approve it, and you can debrief deals that are won and lost. You'll find additional insights at swaggersales.com. Good luck heading into Q4. Good selling, good negotiating.